Can you believe Joan Embery had a giant python on stage and almost terrified Johnny Carson?
Uh-oh.
This snake that we'll be showing you tonight is large enough. People have
snake
been
does have
killed.
teeth?
Have been killed, yes it does, by their pets. No larger than this snake which we're showing you. And it was found in the San Fernando Valley in a backyard. Somebody called the animal regulation department and said there is a huge snake in my swimming pool. So we will bring her out.
This highly hilarious story about where they captured this giant monster will absolutely shock you.
With Los Angeles Animal Regulation, and this is right.
What does it weigh, about 50 pounds?
She weighs about, yeah, she weighs.
Heavy weight from this legless giant beast quickly paralyzes the entire atmosphere of the studio.
Look at Oreo.
Only in real life.
Oh, that's a big snake. Huh? It's good.
You're better off at that end.
This tight body squeeze suddenly pushes the host's actual fear to the absolute limit. 6. When a carnivorous bullfrog met late night's favorite host.
It's not a bullfrog.
It's a horned frog. We have the largest frog. You hear the noise? They make.
Am I holding your mic?
Just trying to keep them comfortable.
I must be.
Actually, these frogs are thought to be among the more aggressive of all the frogs, and that they take prey almost as large as themselves.
This strange croaking sound immediately makes our late night host feel extremely uneasy.
They're larger, much
Oh, my
larger.
hand, though, is any larger than that. Do they eat meat?
Yes, they do, and at the zoo, we feed them mice.
You feed them mice?
Yes, we do.
How can they eat a mouse? They're not mice.
It's amazing. We did bring a picture of it to show.
Picture of a frog eating a mouse?
Right,
I
they
don't
are
know whether we...
carnivorous, and you notice that the coloring.
Great shock quickly arises when learning about the highly aggressive meat-eating habits of this green guest.
See, I don't even know why I'm looking there. It doesn't always mean that because that's where you'd look for a human, you'd look for a frog, would you?
Well, not necessarily the same, especially with me.
How would you know?
Well, you look.
They have a sexual organ.
Yes, they do.
Oh, okay.
The female lays eggs, and frogs lay anywhere up to 30,000 eggs at a time.
This highly unusual anatomy question triggers an incredibly funny scientific explanation from the animal expert.
Here are two frogs. They go through a
If
tadpole.
they did, we would be up there on a frog. Yes.
Most of them, the tadpoles, many of them are eaten by birds.
How do they protect themselves?
Reptiles. Well, at the moment,
Outside of camouflage.
both of these frogs have puffed up considerably with air. This makes them look larger to an animal that might.
Watching the slimy creature slowly swell like a balloon brings absolute fascination to the studio.
Want to prey on them.
Not quite as puffed up as he was.
That's one of your new suits, isn't it?
That was one of my, well, he missed the suit. It's just a little froggy do on the, whatever you call it.
So, anyway, they puff.
An unfortunate and wet accident instantly ruins a very expensive and elegant late-night designer suit.
This membrane just punches an animal with a
That looks like jumping up my nose. That's not likely to happen. I haven't shoved a frog up my nose since I was maybe nigh on 6, 7 years old. Mother used to kick the hell out of me. Get those frogs out of your nose.
Get the frogs out of your nose, his mother
This
says.
chaotic frog encounter perfectly proves why hosting wild animal guests
No more
always
eating, dear.
remains an unpredictable
It's
adventure.
not too many.
Jim Fowler's hilarious
I'm not even close to your
person
butt.
never reacted this violently toward humans.
How could I hurt
So
you?
watch what happens to this late-night king.
Huh?
That's real. That's one of the largest.
I better take my purse in here.
Listen, let me show you.
I need that.
No, it's very gentle, very safe. Put your arm out because it'll show it well. No, I'm not trying to just force it on you. It's really gentle and safe.
A giant armored creature placed on the sleeve immediately causes immense fear
You
for
ever
the
made
host.
coffee or drink
What I'm saying is that I think you'll realize when it's there.
You're kind of funny, dear, when you imitate a chicken.
In relation to your arm, the size. This is called a glide beetle, and it is one of sometimes it is one of the few insect collections
me or what?
on display that they do in the world.
That was a chicken? I thought it was different. I thought it was a
Quickly arrives
bingo or
when the
something like
nature
that.
expert warns about a hidden pinching trap.
Never heard of
The
anything
male
about
is
it.
very aggressive during the phase. He bulldozes. See this hinge point right here? Don't put your finger there because they'll snap shut on your finger at that point. It's quite a pinching animal.
I see now that they trap their prey in it or what?
No, that's when they're fighting. When they're fighting,
Don't
the
chickens
one gets
fuck?
up here on his back, another male.
Yeah.
Picking up the massive insect requires extreme bravery from the nervous late-night host.
How do I pick him up?
These bananas, huh? They like that.
Can I pick him right here?
Yeah, just pick him up there and put him right back there. All you have to do, he can't get back. In fact, he doesn't have any mandible for it.
Every planned script immediately collapses when the prehistoric creature suddenly decides to take flight.
I don't think you do, but this.
What's he doing? You didn't tell me he could fly.
I didn't know he could fly.
Well, what the hell else don't you know about him? If you don't know he fly, you don't know he could be poisonous, right? This is going to turn out to be the flying poisonous insect and has nothing to do with it.
Late-night confidence faces another tough test with the arrival of a rare three-horned lizard.
Doing when he opens his mouth there. Let's see where
He's coming back down the stick, Jim. Jim, he's coming down the stick. What? Reach what?
the other end of the stick.
Reach the other end of the stick.
Now you see how he threatens. You have a close-up on this because this is pretty rare.
Independent eyeballs moving in completely different directions easily amaze everyone watching the live broadcast.
And this is the one the eyeballs go in different directions.
Exactly.
Did you notice each eye? Now this eye on the right, which you cannot see, is looking at back here. What the other eye is doing, I have to slide it.
Well, anyway, this
The famous Karen Black chameleon.
This chaotic broadcast perfectly shows why the late-night program remains so incredibly popular.
Johnny
So far,
Carson.
my lunchbox did not meet expectations. You gotta step it up after. Let's try Mother's 5-minute healthy meals, hundreds of trade-worthy snack packs, no sketch ingredients. Sign me up. Join today and get $60 off.
From stinky diapers to stinky feet, odors can be caused by bacteria that linger in your air. Unlike air fresheners, Lysol Air Sanitizer eliminates odors by killing 99.9% of odor-causing bacteria in the air. Scent can't sanitize. Lysol can.
Style, tech, efficiency, and affordability. You get it all with the new Nissan Sentra at Jeff Weiler Nissan. Take advantage of these great offers at any of our 4 Jeff Weiler Nissan locations.
I came from middle class Worthington, Ohio. I never thought it would happen, but I was trafficked at around 29.
8 from affectionate camel kisses to angry cheetah growls. Johnny Carson's ultimate roller coaster.
She's just learning how to work on a halter. She's just learning to walk. There you go, on a halter.
Now, the riders are domesticated at all, or are they pretty much?
They've never been trained by anyone. In fact, I don't know that they've been halter broken anywhere.
Why do they call it Kowalski's point?
This tiny creature still stubbornly retains the untamed traits of a wild animal.
Come on, boy, one more. It's cute. Good.
She'll take at least another year before she's full grown, year and a half.
All right, you have to retrain it, don't you?
Well, it takes a little bit of training to get her to walk out here because she's more like a wild animal than a domestic horse. She's doing pretty well. Notice they have their main stand straight up, and they don't have a forelock like a horse.
Okay, what's your name?
The tense atmosphere quickly dissolves with the arrival of an incredibly funny face.
What is it?
It's a baby guanaco.
A baby guanaco. The hell is a guanaco? Native at Guanajuato?
That face looks like one of the rich puppets. You know that face?
They're a member of the cameloid family.
This sweet friendliness easily wins over the heart of our famous late-night host.
You want some of this?
That's good.
The real challenge begins when the dangerous predators officially make their appearance.
Okay, didn't do anything.
This one, you'll notice already the different personalities. See how one is quieted down, the other one is more aggressive. They do have
Speak to them
different.
some way? Right. Okay.
They're speaking to you right now.
Just relax.
They purr.
Relax. They take a look at an animal right in the face and talk to you. Then they know you're not scared.
Just one direct look is enough to trigger a highly aggressive and terrifying reaction.
He doesn't like you.
Put the top back on. Put the lid on the cheetah. Put the lid on.
Jack, look at the scissor. Tear him apart.
Hilarious, sarcastic jokes always serve as the best way to hide actual fear.
Notice how I cowed him right off? That'll teach you.
We brought them back because they are going back.
Now, don't bring them back again.
They
They're
will,
going to get bigger than this, aren't they?
right, they'll be
Now,
going
keep
back.
my face next time.
They're going back to a research program, and won't be handled anymore.
little.
The final danger of tonight's show comes from an incredibly tiny creature.
Obviously, they wouldn't bite you with it.
They are supposedly not too terribly harmful, but they will, if they get in your bloodstream, make you sick.
Well, I'm not going to let them in there.
The poison on your hands can be washed
Get you,
off.
you're a dead prince for this one.
The poison is, this was off his body?
Right.
Not in his mouth.
No, it's secreted. It's under the.
9. Cute koala Cooper melts Johnny Carson's heart on national TV. Finally, let's wrap up this video with a unique performance by an incredibly adorable guest tonight.
You've all seen this animal probably on commercials for Qantas Airline more than any other thing, right?
Right.
And that is a koala bear.
Right. They are koalas, and they're called bears, but actually they're not a true bear. They're a marsupial or a pouch-bearing mammal.
Right. Isn't that one of the most distinct faces you've ever seen in your life?
This expressionless face surprisingly served as the original inspiration for the world's most famous stuffed toy.
How's my feeling?
Well, in the 1920s, they were killed and hunted almost to the point of extinction for their fur, and in an attempt to protect the animal.
That's the closest thing to a teddy bear, isn't it?
The teddy bear was really derived from the koala.
Right.
They have a very, bear-like quality.
Oh, they just look like they're so peaceful and...
Watching this sleepy animal climb a tree feels exactly like watching a slow-motion nature documentary.
But they're really, yeah, I think it'd be kind of fun for people to watch. And maybe if we set him down low, he'll actually climb up into it.
Molly.
His name is Kubor, and he's about 18 months old. So he's just reaching his full maturity. And they weigh up to about 25 pounds.
He knows where he's on, doesn't he? He knows everything is just like slow motion.
An amazing survival journey begins with a tiny newborn that is actually smaller than a walnut.
And when they're babies, they'll ride on the back of the female. So when she crawls around, they're sitting right here on her back.
How big is the pouch?
The pouch would hold about something the size of a baseball. It's about this large. And of course, now many people think they both have pouches, only the females. And when they're born, they're smaller than the size of a walnut, only about a quarter of an inch. And they crawl from the birth canal to the pouch, and then they're in the pouch for 6 months before they come out.
From flying giant beetles to punching monkeys and terrifying pythons, Johnny Carson's wild animal encounters truly proved why The Tonight Show was legendary. Which chaotic animal moment was your absolute favorite? Let us know in the comments below.
Yeah,
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more.
There too.
Cellular aging may be happening faster than you think, and you can feel it. That could mean
the class. I think that's the one. So.
Blow them to, there you go. How you like that?
Johnny Carson
That's a big bird.
in once faced some of the sharpest comedians in America, but nothing made him lose his composure like Jim Fowler and the guests who refused to behave. A python that could wrap around your neck, a vulture flying straight onto his arm, a frog puffing up on his desk, and Carson, the calmest man on television, suddenly looking like he wanted to run from his own show. Today, we're looking back at the funniest, wildest, and most terrifying animal moments Johnny Carson ever faced on The Tonight Show. One,
Well, the water pitcher stopped filled up.
turned Carson's death into a terrifying one.
What are you starting off with tonight?
Well, one of the reasons I have it is that it's good to carry things around.
Oh, Lord. How would you like to be a pickpocket and stop him on just thinking of that and dip his hand into the...
Jim Fowler didn't even have to open a box. The moment he reached into his jacket, Johnny Carson knew one thing. Tonight, the host's desk might become a crime scene.
What the hell is...
Well, that's a good question. This is a very unusual...
That's not a... Is that a snake?
It's not a snake. It's a
Not a
lizard.
snake.
Wow.
It's a legless lizard. And if
legless lizard.
You hold the front end and I'll show you.
No, you hold the front end. Give me a part.
You hold the back end.
You got it.
Yeah, because this is the...
When Jim said, "It's not a snake," Carson didn't look any calmer. Because to him, a legless lizard was still nature's way of saying, run.
What do you do? Yeah, why don't we see what he do? He's burrowing under the sand now. See that?
See what he's doing there. Hang on to it if he tries to get out. Huh?
The second the animal disappeared into the sand, Carson turned fear into a punchline. He wasn't controlling the moment. He was just surviving long enough to joke about it.
That's a frog.
Right. This is a giant African bullfrog. Make sure I can get him out of it. I'll show you how to do it because I'd like you to see how this is done. Just reach down and pick him up by both sides, right? You got to hang on to him a little bit though, right?
Then Jim brought out a giant frog, wet, heavy, and built like a nightmare. Carson looked at it like it was a guest nobody warned him about.
He blows himself up. Now he also, I'll let you do this, he also wrestles. This is one of the most unusual things you'll ever see in that he likes to hold on to you and he'll actually push against you like this. Okay, now try that. You'll see.
This is when the talk show officially became a wrestling match. Johnny Carson, a legend of American television, was forced to wrestle an African bullfrog in front of millions.
It's one of the largest of all the bullfrogs in the world.
Do they eat those?
You know, but this eats large things, Mike, so this has teeth. One of the few bullfrogs that actually has
You
teeth.
didn't tell me that.
No, I didn't.
You always drop these little tidbits on me after I've been handling
I
this.
keep forgetting about that, but
Jim waited until Carson had already held it, touched it, and tickled its belly, and only then said, "This frog has teeth." That wasn't biology. That was betrayal.
I'm not moving. I'm holding it.
listen, I forgot to tell you, I have to leave. But those are pretty sharp.
I'm giving the hedgehog back to Jim.
Set him back here.
Just set him in there gently.
Carson put on gloves like he was preparing for surgery, but the hedgehog still got through his final line of defense. The audience laughed, and Carson knew nature had just stabbed him in the back.
Hi, hold it right out in front like this.
Like this.
Now come back a bit.
What do you mean?
This will be the first time.
What do you... Jim, look here.
This will be the first time ever that the vulture's ever flown to, there you go.
The peak came when Carson stood there with meat in his hand, waiting for a massive vulture to fly straight at him. This was no longer The Tonight Show. This was Johnny Carson signing a contract with Panic. Two, the giant beetle that suddenly flew, and Carson truly did.
Cincinnati. By the way, they're having a big A's EPA meeting.
Yeah! Wow. The moment that beetle appeared, Carson looked at it like Jim Fowler had just placed an African nightmare on the Tonight Show desk.
Let me.
Isn't that a wind-up?
No, it's very gentle, very safe. Put your arm out because it'll show up well. I'm not trying to just force it on you because it is really gentle and safe.
Jim said it was very gentle. But to Carson, anything the size of a toy crawling and heading up his arm was no longer wildlife education.
They go in the larval stage and
Can you imagine waking up at night and seeing this in your bedroom?
that wild.
Carson didn't have to exaggerate much. He just asked, imagine waking up at night and seeing this in your bedroom. The whole room understood the fear instantly.
During the mating season, he bulldozes. See this hinge point right here? Don't put your finger there because they'll snap shut on your finger at that point. It's quite a pinching animal.
They trap their prey in it or what?
No, that's when they're fighting.
The moment Jim said, don't put your finger there, everything changed. The beetle was no longer a guest. It became a living trap with legs.
Take your stick. That's all right.
Carson handled that beetle like he was defusing a bomb. One wrong move, and an American television legend could be taken down by a banana and 6 legs.
I don't think you do, but this.
What's he doing? You didn't tell me he could fly.
I didn't know he could fly.
Well, what the hell else don't you know about him?
Then the real disaster happened. It flew. Jim admitted he didn't know it could do that, and Carson turned pure panic into the best question of the night. What the hell else don't you know?
There's no doubt about it. So this doesn't strike. You see what he's doing when he opens his mouth there? Let's see where
He's coming back down the stick again. Jim is coming down the stick.
The chameleon started crawling down the stick, and Carson called Jim's name like he was calling for rescue. A few more centimeters, and the Tonight Show would have become a survival movie.
Don't know whether they're going to do it here. Let's hold that behind him for a second.
All right.
Now, this
Under some conditions, they'll
some of it's
suddenly
clean,
change and they can camouflage, and nobody
No,
really
it's
knows
dirty.
how the color
Don't put
changes.
it away.
Can
I say this? It feels clean
I'm
because
afraid
it's wet on
he's
top.
too true.
But it's dirty.
Jim wanted it to change.
Smells clean. You gotta believe me. I keep telling the truth. Okay, I'll rewash it again. Hey, you didn't put it away, did you?
Johnny Carson,
Yeah, but
elegant as
the
ever.
reason why I know they're clean is because they're wet on the top part of it, okay? Yeah, but that don't mean anything. Yeah, it was on the stove. I looked at it, look cool. I mean, it smells like soap, but I'll run it through again. Been used and treated. Right, so it's clean. I won't put it away. Yeah, it smells good.
3.
But it's been drank out.
And water bottle.
Okay, and put back.
Okay,
I believe it.
Clock, right?
These are some animals I brought from the Los Angeles
Why is
Zoo.
there water at the top of it?
And,
I don't
they've got some
know,
real
then.
good ones over
That
there.
means it's clean. That's a good question. I don't know how that happened. I can't figure that one out.
The moment Jim Fowler walked
Don't tell
out,
me anymore.
Carson knew he no longer controlled the stage. Because what Jim was holding
I'll just
wasn't a
rewash
prop.
it again. Why
It was a
not?
living jaw.
Okay, now we'll wash it.
You know, one of the
I
things,
am
because you're very good
and
with
I'll wash it with the
animals,
plates.
but, no, I wanted to show you
Here's
just
why.
one way to hold it,
It's
because
wet
this is
up
a very
here.
friendly crocodile.
Wet.
Let
But I
me show you,
didn't rub
just
it
sitting there, and you can
But
hold it
I'm
right
in
back at the
and I
neck
know
is the
when
best
something's
way.
clean,
So
the
that
top
way
of
they
it's
can't.
wet, okay?
When Jim said
But
he
I'll
had once
wash it
lost a
again.
finger doing
It doesn't
this,
matter, I can wash
Carson
it
still
again.
stayed there. That was either courage or the moment the host was too polite
I'll
to run.
rewash it.
There's about an hour during the day, they don't fool around in the water.
Some of it might have been, some of it might not be, but anyway.
A lot of study been done on
I'll
it.
rewash some of it, okay?
That's right, wait a minute, I think you'll.
There's no water. You have to make some first, okay?
Carson heard
Get
him,
her some
but
canned
his
water
face
then.
said it all.
Canned water.
Friendly does not mean it
Go
belongs
ahead.
anywhere near your wrist.
I went to the water.
Now that's That's not a chimpanzee, is it?
No,
That's an orangutan.
This is when nature interrupted national television. Carson wasn't bitten by the crocodile,
You don't have
but
to
he
hit
still
one.
lost to it in a much more humiliating way.
this is Joy. And let me see. I want to show you how well she can climb. Come on, okay. All right, come up on Johnny. Hold down. Let her come up on me now. Okay.
After the crocodile, a baby orangutan seemed like the cute one. But to Carson, anything that could hug harder than an audience was suspicious.
Human being, very, very much.
Would you climb up you if I put her down there?
Well, I think she'll probably, she knows me a little bit. You know?
Strength in those arms.
Yeah, that's right.
So okay, Joy. We'll see you later. Keep the coat on or take it off?
No, you can take the coat off.
Jim said Joy just wanted to climb a little. Carson bent down, and for a few seconds, the Tonight Show legend became the most polite tree in America.
Hurry quick before he gets up.
Well, yeah, before you get
Here, let me.
look on me and you get on me, Waldo.
To end the segment, Carson climbed onto Waldo with the confidence of a man who had not read the insurance paperwork. Jim said it was fine, and that was always the scariest thing whenever he visited the show.
I got him. I'm under control. I got him.
Old Spice, your fast track to 24/7 freshness.
When I use my box dishwasher,
I feel like a dishwashing superhero.
and when Bosch joins forces with finished ultimate quantum,
I feel like a superhero.
When aiming for is the more you buy,
And finish.
the more you feel like it.
Groceries are up, gas is up.
I love you about
Do you
it.
know how huge my phone bill is? I'm paying a fortune.
I used to be in your shoes, and now I use Tello, and I never pay more than $25 a month. Oh, that's really awesome. Tello me about it.
Tello offers affordable phone plans on America's largest network.
With the delectable, lickable spoon treat, anytime is a good time.
Candy? Yes, I did.
For a little spoonful of love.
I got dirty hands.
Delectable,
Some kind of
lickable
cat
spoon.
tree. Dirty hands like that. I know they're showing a cat tree going.
Jared Brown
You know
opened
that?
our borders to dangerous illegals.
You know, was behind the wheel of this semi-truck.
Yeah.
It killed Luke Sapolsky, Linnea Sapolsky, and their 1-year-old child.
Because of him, Ohioans paid the price.
Uh-oh. Angel, you okay? You okay?
Before you bring this is the head of a python, right?
right
A
now,
small python.
a Burmese python is what we brought tonight, and we're going to show you before we bring her out that people think that these giant snakes, because they're 2 do not have teeth. Their teeth are covered with a membrane.
4. The giant python that made the entire Tonight Show hold its breath. Before they even brought out the full python, Carson was shown the scariest part first, the head. And the lesson was simple. This thing didn't need venom to make the whole room stop breathing.
100 recurved teeth. If they grab a hold of you, and you go to pull your hand from their mouth because they're recurved, they only stick the teeth deeper. So
That's nice to know.
if they grab you like this, you do not want to pull back because you will not get your.
When Carson heard about more than 100 backward curved teeth, his smile almost froze. This was no longer animal trivia. This was survival instruction.
Oh.
Good. Couple of weeks ago out here, was it here in this?
Well, in El Taro,
A lady had a pet python that grabbed her by the neck
and they had
and
to
would
cut
not
the
let
head
go,
off.
and they had to cut the head off of her snake, and she didn't want him to do it.
And she didn't want him to do it. Frequently, the owner of the pet.
Then came the real story. A pet python grabbed its owner by the neck and would not let go. Carson didn't need to act scared. The entire studio had just been reminded that a pet can become a nightmare.
Valley in a backyard. Somebody called the animal regulation department and said there is a huge snake in my
Go get her one.
swimming pool. So we will bring her out, and you can come help hold.
Oh, really?
Sure.
Uh-huh.
Get
And
it,
we'll
Amanda. over in the cage. There's some
This
chicken.
python didn't come from a
You wanna
jungle
try
adventure
it?
movie.
Want to try the
It was
chicken?
found in someone's backyard, in a swimming pool. For Carson, that detail made every American home feel a little more suspicious.
Garner, who was called out on this particular case with Los Angeles Animal Regulation, and this is right.
What's your weight, bud?
When the box opened, every joke suddenly felt smaller. A long, heavy living python was being pulled out right in front of Carson's desk, and nobody in the room was blinking normally anymore. Carson chose the safer end, the part as far from the mouth as possible. That wasn't cowardice. That was survival instinct in a suit.
If only in real life. What a fantasy.
That's a big snake. That size of it.
You're better off at that end.
What makes this moment frightening is how calmly the warning is delivered. Never put it around your neck. Never put it around your waist. Never handle it alone. Every sentence sounds like a rule written in the sweat of people who learned the hard way.
The python, and the heaviest snake was an anaconda weighing about 550 pounds. So we're talking a very large
And snakes are
animal.
not slimy. They're very.
No, and they're really very beneficial animals. Primarily they eat small mammals and keep rodents.
They're not
In the end,
slimy.
Carson stood beside a python large enough to swallow all confidence on stage. He still joked, still stayed elegant. But the room knew the truth. Tonight, the real punchline was sprawled right in front of him.
Very good.
Alice Cooper brought a snake to an audition, and it stole the microphone.
Alice Cooper Concert knows that it's really an experience. It is some kind of happening. And he's had a lot of strange things on stage with him at one time or another. But it seems that he wanted a particular artist to join him on this tour. And last week we picked up a copy of the Daily Variety, which is one of the great papers here in Los Angeles. The open audition. Travel, excitement, meet new friends. Alice Cooper wants you. Alice Cooper's looking for...
The moment Carson read the ad, trouble was already in the air. Alice Cooper wasn't hiring a dancer. He was hiring a snake, brave enough to go on a rock tour.
Winner at the snake auditions yesterday, and I believe that's just sitting in front of her. Right there. Would you welcome Alice Cooper?
Hey, don't take my hand. No. Not when I'm handling water. Angel.
Alice
Give
Cooper
her a
looked out like
jerky.
the bag only had a stage profit sign.
Oh, yeah,
But Carson
I
needed
gave her
proof.
some.
That's
She already
how
gave her
he
some.
I cracked
Okay.
up when I saw the ad last week. That's a funny idea. Showbiz. Showbiz, yeah. Did agents show up? Any of the snakes have agents? People probably surprised out here in this crazy. So in the bag you have, how many snakes do you have out there?
Well, we went to about 100 snakes, and, you know, it's a phase of the contest. We only had one here.
No, we did all get. Yeah.
This guy here was a big guy.
That's a broken strip, isn't it?
Yeah, that's an enormous one.
100 snakes showed up to audition.
Oh,
In Hollywood, even reptiles had break into showbiz.
This is crazy. That one there, that lady there, is, now did most of them have these pets,
Yeah, they were mostly, I don't know what your problem was right there. That's a lot of snakes. That's 10 snakes on it.
It looks like another boa constrictor.
Yeah, they mostly were. Pythons are a little bit more gamey, you know, I mean, they'll strike.
Oh, I see. You didn't watch the snake
No.
with attack you, of course. Huh?
I'm a little bit.
Look at kids. Now, here's a kid. You know, most people don't like reptiles. They have a fear of snakes.
Carson looked at those photos like he was reviewing criminal evidence. The more snakes appeared, the more his smile looked like a defense mechanism.
Picking up, yeah, and they pick up a fear smell. And so, like, I could pick up, you could pick up.
Right.
Well,
Hold it. About the snake first, Alice.
it's the wonderful little guy here. And
Sure.
this is the one that actually was the best snake.
Remember,
Alice said snakes can sense fear. Carson immediately understood the problem. If that was true, this snake could hear his soul screaming.
Oh. See, now most people think that you shouldn't go, to think that snakes are slimy. They are not. No, they're not. They're very clean. I have snakes myself. I come from the Midwest. Yeah, they don't bother me. This is a,
I'm totally surprised he's doing this.
it's a harmless snake. It is. Yeah, sure. Isn't it? I should have asked that question prior.
Carson picked up the snake first, then asked if it was dangerous. That may be the worst order of operations ever performed at a talk show desk.
Hook myself. Don't let him get any place else down there. He's on the microphone. He's on the mic. He hooked himself around the microphone. Get him out of there.
Wow, it's pretty long. You're showing a snake on here.
What's your guest host on Monday?
Well, that's good. Looks pretty long.
Well, this is really
I already see it. We get to see it. Me and my sister get to see it. And I get to do this. I know. That's a long one.
Yeah, snake's no trooper. He's hooked onto the microphone cord and he won't let go.
Okay,
listen.
The snake didn't attack anyone. It simply took over the microphone. For a few seconds, the Tonight Show had a new guest who wanted to host.
This is actually not a...
The snake is funny. It's crawling on the microphone.
A double snake take. A double tongue take. No, he's all right. This one on tour with them. Yeah, this is the one that's going to go on tour with us. Now, did you rent the snake or did you buy the snake? No, her name is Angel. And she's really, unless she...
Alice called her Angel. Carson looked at her like a very long, very strong angel that absolutely refused to let go of the microphone cord. 6. Betty White brought a baby elephant on stage, and Carson became the snake.
We have to do a commercial first?
We have to do a commercial first, and then we'll open.
Well, I get the feeling this is not a dog or cat.
What is an animal? Kind of.
And you work with an animal,
You like snake? How do you feel about snakes?
I like snakes. I'm one of those strange weird people who like snakes. Me too. It shows you one of my everything.
The calmer Betty sounded, the more suspicious Carson became, because nobody accidentally brings an animal surprise onto the Tonight Show.
Bringing another. Oh, it's an elephant.
Is it safe to walk closer?
Johnny, come here.
Very nice.
All right, Johnny, come.
Oh, I love the elephant.
All right, Johnny, are you ready to go to work? Are you ready to go to work? Johnny, come here, now that's Johnny.
Carson thought he might be about to meet a dog or a cat. Then an elephant walked out like it was the main guest.
Come here to me. Come here to me.
That's a baby elephant, obviously. That's right.
Johnny is 4 years old.
Doc's 4 years old?
4 years old, and she, as I say, she lives in this, half of the semi belongs to her. Johnny, come here to me now. Come here, come here. Come here around here now. Come on, now pay attention.
Betty spoke to Gandhi like an old scene partner. Carson stood beside them like the new guy on set.
Oh, good, that's okay. That's good. Let me have it. That's very good. Oh, that's good.
What do you think, 4-year-old elephant?
All right, now make up a trick. Now make up a trick. I saw that trick. Make up another trick. Make up another. No, I saw it.
The elephant didn't need a punchline. It only had to move, and the entire studio lost.
Which end did that come from?
One sound rang out, and Carson immediately asked the question everyone in the audience was thinking.
Cross your legs. Stay. Cross your legs. Cross your legs. All right.
Gandhi only wanted affection, but to Carson, that was several hundred pounds of love coming straight at him.
Strong. What does she want?
She also potty trained.
She comes. Hold it.
Johnny Carson got scared and the elephant.
Betty told
Anybody
him
clean
to
out the
stop,
coffee pot?
and Carson understood instantly.
Anybody clean out the
She
coffee
could still
pot?
crush
I
the
did. I got tea running through now.
Okay.
I
back
to
and
the
you don't
coffee
want to do.
grounds.
You're talking a little bit. Talking a little. Talking a little.
Yeah,
Look a
so you're
little
gonna get that.
Oh.
Carson handed over the food
I
that he
wanted
was
to
being
say,
access to.
oh,
Johnny accepted it. The stage
right, I should have bought some milk. This guy's from in front of it, right? They look like Muslims too. It was right, standing right by the 2A.
Amy Atkins described as insufficient to the statement before police officers found her drinking while on prescription drugs. It showed that CDC provider training.
I know, but I just seen the way there. Nobody else
Can't
did
even
that.
work the remote on our TV. Amy Atkins shut schools and businesses during COVID. I can't even work the remote on our TV. Amy Atkins, drinking, drugs, disaster, disqualified. People, they do
Yeah,
that.
there's
There's no
a
victims.
ice cream bar and then thing.
Hello? I am Horace.
Jessica had to pull it all out of the box of fudgy because it
A
wasn't in it.
V-neck mattress gives you unparalleled motion sensation
Yeah, I hear that one's the ice cream
positive
bar.
coil technology while providing individualized support.
There was this
Save
one
during
older
the
lady,
Labor Day sale
I
at a
noticed, picked
retailer
up
near
the
you.
box that she grabbed there. She picked up that kind of box that said it has almonds and chocolate. We'll figure out how to put it in there. Our fruit costs more. I didn't talk to her or anything, but I just noticed she picked up the box. I'll get you. We got water here. Look at this one. Colder water.
Well, Rod, here. Nice to see you.
Rod Hall walked out very politely. But the bird under his arm had no intention of behaving like a guest.
I thought I could. Wait
Carson had barely finished saying hello before Emu lunged at him like this was
I'll make
personal revenge.
myself an elderberry.
Just upset you, but upset you. You mustn't say anything to upset you. Don't say anything about him being an Australian. Don't say anything about Australia. Don't say anything about don't say anything about whatever you were going to say.
Does he come from
Don't
Australia?
keep doing that.
The more Rod explained, the more confused Carson became. He didn't know whether he was interviewing a performer or apologizing to an angry bird.
Yes? Richard, will you show that to people?
You say no.
See?
We say no about.
You say no, isn't it?
Rod said Emu was very
Johnny
sweet.
Carson.
Carson believed that for about 3 seconds.
He cheated in his underwear. Oh.
See, there's a way of making friends that you get to go,
You said
who's a
that.
pretty
You hear that?
who wants to do it? She reckons I can
Oh, we heard it.
See? See now? You try it. Who's the little new?
Carson had to sweet-talk Emu like a difficult child. But every gentle word only made the bird more confident in his case.
Says this, right? And maybe I'll drink two glasses of tea, nobody else is going to be drinking this. I could go on now. Oh, that long word. I go on now.
Carson bent down to count the bird's feet. And in that exact moment,
It's called
the tonight
Ashwagandha
show became a
Rouge.
very strange
And it's
trap.
got blended herbs. It's got organic lemon balm leaf, organic black elderberry, organic lemon grass, organic licorice root, organic ginger root, organic hibiscus, organic cinnamon bark,
No, even when it was
organic black
under
pepper,
a
and
he
organic lemon.
refused to cooperate. Carson wanted to end the
Pepper.
the bird wanted to
Or
take
lemon
over the
peel.
whole
Gosh,
show.
I can't even read that. Lemon peel.
It's early, don't stop.
The tree climbing dog.
They were hiding
didn't
it
believe
in,
was real.
Tree
trying to do
What a mean pup. Mean to poor Johnny Carson.
I'm doing all right.
That's because
I've
they
seen a
wanted
lot of things.
So I want to thank
They
you.
were wanting it, weren't they?
You're from the Carolinas, are you?
Hide
You
it for
say thanks,
themselves.
right on, right?
That you can't understand
Dad,
me. Let me know when I talk a little. Try to talk a little bit.
I understand perfectly. I spent a lot of time in the South when I was in the service.
Carson had seen plenty of strange things, but a dog that could climb a tree sounded like a southern
I
tall
said
tale.
Dickens,
Is
didn't
this your first trip to California?
Yeah.
I said Dickens.
I've been all over the place.
Are you serious?
Yeah. But I
What's wrong
brought
with our cat, Charlie?
pair of britches are too long.
Yes, he is. Why are you down in Charlie Rose?
They had,
The one on PBS, you
Just
don't
on the
like.
they had a
PBS.
show on that
You
plane.
don't like
I
the
never
news
would have
broadcast.
believed that. I watched the movie.
Well, we love this Charlie cat. Dad,
Barney
Mom.
stepped onto the stage and instantly stole the show with honesty no aftertaste.
I like
No,
to drink
that's
my
true, Bonnie.
PBS.
I'm sorry to say that's true. How about you? Just one time?
One time.
Yeah, how old were you? You married when you were young?
Well, see,
That way it's been
I
hot.
dated my wife. I dated about a year.
Yeah.
And she said, Barney, said, will you marry me? I said, well, Frankie, you're going to have to give me a few years to think that thing over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, we dated on about 6 months. She said, Barney, if you don't marry me, I'm going to quit dating. You know I thought a lot of her. You know what? I love her. You know what?
Carson asked about his life.
I'm allowed to pour me a cup,
Barney
it'll let
answered
me
like he
do
was
that,
telling
and then I
stories on a
put it
front
back on
porch,
there.
and the whole room collapsed laughing.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I've been married 26 years. You've been married 26 years. You learn how to get out of here.
You got a good attitude there, Mary Twine. I tell you what, now we're going to come back and bring your dog out here called Flatnose. I have never seen a dog in my life.
Before the dog even appeared, the story was already absurd. A dog kept looking up at trees like it knew a squirrel's secret.
What's going over there?
Johnny Carson, Charlie.
Okay, Flatnose is waiting.
What is this or something?
Come on. Get so flat.
Oh, a dog.
What kind of a dog is it?
He's a pit.
Oh, yeah, they have any more?
Barney said it like it was the most normal thing in the world. But Carson understood. If dogs start climbing trees, nature has officially quit its job.
That fella got
Maybe that for the piano.
Dog can do that.
Carson looked at the tree, then at the dog, then at Barney. He didn't believe it yet, and that was the funniest part.
that fella kissed y'all.
I'm glad I'm not
Then,
one of you. I
Flatnose
don't
actually climbed.
I think it's really.
Had just came to Tonight Show.
They didn't have that problem. I never heard that problem when I was growing up. I think it's because they get it's the vaccines. It's
I think you're right there.
when you everything on the too many vaccines. They got 72 vaccines they're giving the kids.
Flatnose didn't need to say a word.
As long as
Still be here.
Already climbed through the celebration.
She would probably still be here if you were doing all those things.
It's well trained and stuff. You can climb a tree. We got to see it. You missed it.
Have a nice safe trip back
Climb a
home.
tree.
And thank you for bringing Flatnose. You're a nice man. It's a pleasure to meet you.
It climbed a tree. Did you
These
see that
moments
one,
live on
Mom?
because Carson didn't have to be
Who did? Johnny Carson?
No, the dog. He
and
showed.
that's what
Looked
made
like
all of America
angel.
laugh. It
Really? It climbed the tree. Did it look like angel?
A little bit.
and completely unpredictable. Like,
Did you see
subscribe,
that one?
and comment with the wildest
That's
animal
different one we
you've ever
watched.
seen.
It climbed a tree. Dogs don't climb trees.
Well, me and my sister got to see it. It actually climbed a tree.
Senator Houston, he's been a
That's wild looking, wasn't it,
Thank
girl?
you, Senator
It
Houston,
was
for
wild for
fighting for
Tonight Show. And then they had an Amazon parrot. That's probably on the other one. Did you watch, Mom?
Oh, yeah, I bet that was it.
Yeah, the one that talked. Well, this time we got to see a dog climb a tree.
David, on this veggies, the calories only 180.
Okay, I need to
Yeah. Heavy cream, organic. Good organic.
accepted my
Cane
apology.
sugar,
I hope you
whey,
folks at home, in the
protein,
spirit of goodwill.
soy, okay, cocoa powder, milk, protein, isolate, cocoa powder,
Anyway, picking
processed
up our
with
pace here on a
alkali,
bombastic
salt.
review.
And that's
Claire has been
it.
coming on the show for many, many years. It's always fascinating. She's from the San Diego Zoo and Wild Animal Park.
That's in the product.
Joan.
It's the division of Johnny Pops. It's the same company that does Johnny Pops. I don't know what's all in there.
Well, in this instance, a snake.
I'll have to look at that sometime.
The audience.
Because when you suck on a Johnny Pop, it's a fruity
This
flavor.
is one of our most
Maybe I should look it up and see what's all in it too.
Yeah, well, you get it.
It has
Next time I go, maybe I can get that.
A Johnny Pop?
Is this?
Yeah, they have different fruity popsicles, okay? Different fruity kind of popsicles.
It has 2 heads, 2 eyes on each head.
It's a
Each has a separate tongue.
Right, 2 tongues, and they use their tongues for smelling. You want to hold her?
It's not poison, is it?
No. They use their tongues for smelling, and some people think, well, they're just smelling. They use their teeth for capturing.
Why did I
And
say?
they do have
Mom was thinking about Johnny Pop.
You had to wait till next time I go there.
I get us some.
And corn snakes
Okay,
are
yeah, it's called Johnny Pops. The veggie bars, it's made by the same company as Johnny Pops.
Did you know that? Same company.
Now the right
Yeah.
Okay, same company as Johnny Pops.
most of the time.
Yeah.
Now we don't think they probably
Give me
live
the-
long in the
the
wild.
glass.
We've had 3
Is it
previous
in
ones.
the
In fact, our very first show
Dishwasher, there's some up there to use too.
what we call Dudley Duplex.
So get some fruity Johnny Pops.
It's an incomplete process of swimming. So this snake hatched from an egg, and the
Right,
twin
I need to
process
stick that pitcher of
is
water
to
up in
completely
the
separate
refrigerator.
2 animals. So it has 2 heads but 1 body, and it's chewing on
Go ahead and
you
pour
could probably
some
make
water
10
from
years
there.
or longer.
But only one of the heads eats.
Only one tends to eat. The other one has eaten occasionally.
Tomorrow we'll have
but
good
generally
cold
it's dull.
water.
In the wild, that would be
Yeah,
difficult because the snakes would compete for food. So they would
Yeah,
be
this
very effective
Veggie
hunters.
says no unnecessary ingredients, maybe
People
dual
think snakes are
cream
fine, but they're not. They're very clean, aren't they?
They are very
intentional as
clean.
you are.
You know, when people see the snake
No
and they go home and they
compromise,
think
rich
about
in
it, they
protein
think, maybe I
without
really didn't see
compromising
that. And they write us
taste.
back and say, did I really see a 2-headed snake? My friends say I'm
No
crazy.
sacrifice.
Yes, you did.
Hey, did man ever get to try one?
No, it's like a chocolate mousse.
Yes, you have.
Man had never tried the fudgy yet?
No, I don't think so. It's like a chocolate mousse.
Yes, it
Alrighty.
is. You never tried the veggie mousse, did
You
you?
know, we have been doing quite a bit of
Gotta try
practice
it.
reading about
When do you wanna
90%
try
of
it?
the animals
Tonight
in our
or tomorrow?
collections now
When you want to try the
are bred in
mousse?
captivity. So we're going to show you a couple of the latest. I'm looking at the band.
Might be really cold
Different
by
age
tomorrow.
birds here.
They give you how many bars? Let me look at that.
Check my serving.
Hello.
I went and got
Birds, they live
2
along
boxes
river
of
courses.
ice cream.
And
This has 2 bars in it, and the other one has about 18, I think. And that's an ice cream bar with the almonds.
With the almonds. Okay.
Now, what do you want me to check? Oh, serving size, 5 servings per container.
So I just hold it up.
Oh my gosh, it says serving size 2 bars.
2 bars.
If you have 2 bars, it's 360 calories.
Oh,
Eating here.
1 bar is 180, okay?
okay.
Tear it out yet. You see these?
Thanks for telling us, Mom.
These are little teeny.
Well, see, they're small birds, so they need small food. And in the wild, they would eat all types of crustaceans and things. Now, those have been soaked in vitamins, so hopefully these birds.
Similar to a dove.
Well, sometimes
There's my best friend, Charles.
they're
like
baby
bird
birds. And these are called boat-billed because they have such a, sometimes we have it shaped up like this.
Oh, he doesn't want to let go. He likes it.
Everything's going just according to schedule tonight.
Candy is sweet.
First the parakeet, now the herons.
Sure is.
Those kind of birds, sure.
Tonight, but now,
Take that one.
when they're babies, we feed them in the, we regurgitate. The parent would regurgitate what they've collected, so that's what they eat. It's done to digest it, and that way it's easy for them until they're old enough to
Johnny
themselves. See their white feet walking out.
That's what I thought.
South America. The first time we've raised this ivory in captivity.
Alrighty.
He's watching
Very
TV
rare
with us.
and endangered.
I'm sitting right here in the kitchen. How's that?
Nothing.
Trying to get stuff done.
This will be known as our bird night. This will go in the annals as the bird night on the Tonight Show. Starting with a parakeet and moving along to the...
And bringing in a parakeet, yeah.
Oh, me. Little birdie did something. Surprise, surprise.
Bernie had an accident.
Oh,
The
no.
birds are
On
his
his
system.
I on his table it's showing on it.
Oh, brother.
Oh, I hear a lot of O's and I's.
What a mess.
Oh, boy.
Kind of ant.
I was going to say a tape here.
You're right. This is a tapir, and this one's extremely rare. There's only 10 in captivity.
T-P-I-R?
T-P-I-R, and this is an animal that normally is found in tropical areas where it's very warm and often humid with dense vegetation, close to water because they're very good swimmers. And this is the only one that has this heavy coat, and it's got a coat like that because this one's found in the mountainous region of Andes. In Colombia and Ecuador, and they're extremely rare because we're losing a lot of the habitat to agriculture.
What would be the evolved from? Is it like a pig family?
They're not. They're actually closer to the horses
Yeah.
and rhinos, what we call odd-toed hoofed animals.
Yeah.
And so this particular one, you can see that the toes in the front has a hoof, which allows it to run very quickly through very dense brush, has a torpedo-like body. Its name is Sandia, which in South America means watermelon, because that's just what it looks like. It's 6 months old, and it's ready to be reintroduced, and we're giving it milk to keep it quiet, because with over 100-pound animal that looks like a torpedo running through the jungle, we want to keep it happy.
Do they eat this part of the food?
They eat all types of vegetation, like horses and rhinos. They're grazers and browsers. We have banana. We have apple. You want some banana? This one's very calm. And we have 3 at the zoo. Extremely rare. We're finding
From the Andes.
from the Andes, and we're finding that some of the rarest animals we may only see in captivity. So we're trying to learn how to control their numbers.
What's the name?
His name is Sandia.
Sandia. Okay, we have to break here, do the commercial, then we have to
We're going
change.
to bring you back
We have to change some clothes.
in special uniform for our next guest.
For some reason, okay.
Old Spice, your fast track to 24/7 freshness.
We're putting our new Ultra Flex Plus lidocaine and menthol patch to the test. It has superior adhesion and 4-way flexibility to move with your body for up to 8 hours. New BioFreeze Ultra Flex Plus.
Have you or a loved one been injured by sticker shock this summer? Are you pouring water all over yourself just to keep cool?
Okay, John. I don't know why I'm dressed this way.
Dr. Carson, this is Muppet. A Muppet is a young primate in our nursery, and primates are very much like human beings, so they can contract any diseases or viruses from us. And when they're very young, particularly, we have to be careful. So we have outfitted you, and if you were to visit our nursery, this is how you would have to be attired, or one of our primate areas.
Okay.
And we know that these animals are very healthy, so we want to be sure that they don't.
Look at his face.
Yeah, that's Muppet. If you talk to her, I'll go get her friend, and here's her bottle. But sometimes if you talk to her, she's just learning to vocalize.
Hi, I'm Muppet. How are you? How are you? Did you see the early part of the show?
Hi, Muppet. Do you talk for us? Oh, you're going to talk. Okay, this is Fudge. Fudge is a spider monkey. They're really quite different. Because this one's a lesser ape. It has no tail and can literally fly through the trees up to 180 feet up in the And both of them, living high up in the trees, would have to cling to the female to survive, because the female is literally leaping from tree to tree up to 50 feet. And so if they don't hang on, they're in serious trouble. And they have special hands that they use like hooks for grasping branches, just like a hook, and they go arm over arm from one tree to another. Now this is a monkey.
Yeah.
This is the New World monkey, so it has a prehensile tail, and it can grasp with the tail, whereas this one does not. It's a lesser ape.
Okay.
Both of them are, this one's about 9 months, and wouldn't be independent for at least a year. She'd still be riding with her female, with her mother through the trees, and they're found in social groups.
Okay.
And these are their mothers, their surrogate mothers.
Thank you. Welcome to you. Okay.
I know it's not easy to let go.
What dog is that? Some kind of egg on the rock.
I know.
They make those sounds.
He's like a little kid too. Well, souvenir night from the animal. The way things are going in the show, I may do that before the show is over. Oh my goodness.
This is Speedy. Now, he's not a baby. He's a full-grown thermal cat from Africa, and we're going to give him some reward for coming out and showing you what a beautiful, magnificent cat they are. Now, he really won't hurt you. He's hissing to let everybody know here in a strange environment that he's pretty tough. But if that's not for you, you're not a baby anymore. Yeah. So we'll show you that he does understand a couple of behaviors. We'll see if he can sit. We use him for our educational program, so it's helpful to have him. Now we're going to have him turn around.
Why is he snapping that way?
Because he's hungry and we're giving him his dinner right now.
Oh. Well, give him his dinner.
And,
are they dangerous?
Well, you know, this is a bird that could a cat that could swat birds right out of midair. They jump about 12 feet and they're found in the savannah, so they leap up and swat birds out of midair. Very fast, very agile, sharp paws, sharp teeth, and he has all of those.
What do you call it?
And he's a serval.
Serval cat.
They're a small cat. They're similar to a cheetah in the habitat that they have. Let's see if they sit up. Can you sit up for us? Sit up. We'll show you a little bit of his jumping abilities. We'll have him come over here to this pedestal. See? And then back again. See? You know, and I think the interesting thing that you see here is that we show babies frequently. Right. And not all of these animals, they don't stay tame. They're wild animals. They'll always be a wild animal. He's very tolerant. He's accepting of you and me, but he'll still be a wild animal.
Well, that's beautiful. Thank you, John, as usual. That's it. And we'll be right back. Here we are. We are back. We have with us Johnny Monteith, Barbara Howard, Susan Clark. And for our next guest animal, we'll see what Joan has for us. Oh, I hear the U's and R's, but I don't know. Looks like the thing is set in the back of a car. It's just a nice. That is a bird with a very big beak.
Yeah.
Is that a hornbill?
It is a hornbill, and I think it was about a year or two ago we had the Abyssinian brown hornbill, Charlie, that came out. It was one of the first hornbills to reproduce in captivity. And this is another type of hornbill we're selling these.
Look at the size of the bill on that.
Very colorful.
Is that a weapon or a dinner?
Now that could be a weapon. Now this one has been hand raised and expensive. And when it gets a little excited, you'll use it.
Well, I don't want to get excited.
Pretty good, actually.
Where's he from?
He's from Ceylon, and they come from Asia, Africa, and India.
Well, he has a hold of this thing there.
Yeah.
Like a
Now,
pterodactyl.
actually, he has a pretty good bite still, but he's more dangerous in that you notice how sharp it is. If he turns and he stabs you with it, that's a smart squirrel.
What is the other type of thing on top of the bill?
Top of the bill, that's called their cap. And the cat can be caught quite lately and has been.
There's hot water here.
The birds,
Really beautiful.
it looks like he has eyes that are beautiful
It's a
long
different
eyelashes.
type of bird. It has a
And
huge
these birds
beak
are
on it.
quite large. They range up to 5 feet in
Let me
length
see if
to the
this is
largest
dried.
giant hornbills.
What do you think of that bird, Amanda?
Type of hornbill.
I suppose that's when I first got saw it. Hey,
Papa Amanda's got there.
The guy's name was Bill. He said, hey, Bill, look at the horn.
I want to tell you something.
What's his name? Hornbill.
That dog cat likes to lay around Dad's feet too. And now he likes your feet. I don't know why you don't want to jump up on us.
Because he likes
Don't get Amanda.
a lot. And
Somebody obviously
But many
killed the bird, you see, and then they
That's
took the
right.
bill and carved.
Now I got the burp. I shouldn't eat that
we have
thing before I went to bed.
that's a,
we have the same
shows
problem
us.
with elephants.
What is
With
that?
their eyes.
That bird?
Like that, you kill them just so somebody
Yeah, I
can set
feel like
something
I
like
got a
that.
hair.
That's ridiculous. Those times ought to be sealed.
That's a large beak. That
There's
could
part
hurt.
of the legislation that protects
Well, I'll
most
say-
of
People wouldn't buy those things.
It's going
The people
wild a little
themselves,
bit.
just around the world, if they wouldn't buy sealskin coats, if they wouldn't buy certain things where they use whale products, you could stop all that kind of business immediately, or even ivory now. People shouldn't buy things made of ivory.
Now, I think it's illegal.
I know, but they shouldn't do it. And there's always a market for it. See, the poachers,
This might be able to tear
I
him
know it's
down.
illegal in this country, but the poachers will keep
is that what
poaching
it
as long
is?
as people go
No,
out
it
and say,
just
I want
reminds
it.
me
As long as there's a market, all those
And
people
what
have to
is
do
it
is keep
called?
buying it, and
Some type of bird.
Okay, listen to
ridiculous
it.
business. But is this not for me? I saw a tray of food here.
Yeah, it's
I'll put it up here. Now, he loves strawberries.
You got strawberries, looks like you
All
got
types of
orange,
fruit,
little leaves,
all
whatever.
ones and crickets, and here we have bananas. I don't know if he'll eat because I'm telling him. Are you hungry? Huh? Would you like something?
I'm not going to hand feed him, I will tell you that.
He says I'm not going to hand feed him. I'll tell you that.
This beak is big.
Usually a pretty big area.
He says he's not going to hand feed him.
Oh,
He'll tell him that, he said.
But he usually throws it to the back of his throat, so he might have a hard time eating really holding him. Is that okay? You put my fingers on.
He's off the dish hand. Now he's wants to see how
Well, you notice how he turns his head. Now this is, their beak
He's
is
kind of wild. I
the
think he
length
might
of it.
bite
Because
Johnny
of their weight, they
Carson.
can't get all the way into the limb where the fruit is found. So that long beak aids them.
Oh, I see.
And
Well, it's on this different situation where we eat here.
yeah.
Okay, he's very pretty. He or she.
Now one of the interesting things about the spinach is that the male barricades the female into a nest where she lives
Yes, I saw that on a documentary in National Geographic, and then merged up the entire.
completely.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh, it's going wild
the
again
egg
over
part.
there.
Then the male goes
She
out
has
and
to
gets the
hold
food,
its
and they're in there
mouth.
for what, 3, 4, 5 months?
Well, they're in there for at least 2 months because the incubation is
That's why she holds its mouth.
until the birds
That's why she holds its
gain the
mouth.
But they want the whole hole and seal them in there.
Right, now the male brings the food to the female until she's able to leave the nest.
That's fascinating.
It really is.
Nice word.
Thank you.
What do you call that one? Is there a name for them, or do they?
Well, it was donated from a man who raised him as a pet in Texas, and we haven't named him yet. But
How about that?
he'll be part of our education program. All right, we'll name him.
What else would you call
We'll
it?
name him.
Okay. All right. Coming up next on our queue here.
That thing can bite.
Actually, not a pet. It's a wild animal.
Now that we've seen the dancing bear.
Big bird.
Well, since that's
Yeah, he's talking like
gotta keep
it's
the animal thing alive.
He's like the fancy bear. Oh, look at that. Those two.
And their little
Well,
baby.
you have to put them in a baby carriage and then cover it and walk down the street and.
What
Their hair. I like their hair.
And then someone can ask you, and you just pull that back and have it.
And they're very
Now those aren't chimps, are they? Those are.
These are orangutans, and this is really a very special species of twins. These are twins. And they are.
Oh, they're twins. Did you hear that? These are twins.
Excuse me, I don't mean to laugh at your face. It's a very sweet face. Really, look at that face. strong today, Johnny. Yes.
They're like to pull hair. And they're about 5 months old. And they weighed about 3.5 pounds when they were born. It's only the 7th time that twins have ever been recorded. With
They both the same sex?
No, this is a female. But I've done both of them.
Oh, wow. I didn't notice that.
And a dress.
What's this one's name?
That's Locke. And this is Lisa.
That's Lisa. And this is
Locke.
Look at the face. I think I'm in love.
I think he is.
That face is so human when they look at you.
They are.
You look into their eyes.
You really get attached to them. They are so special and so very intelligent, and for their age, very coordinated, much more so than a human.
Now, orangutans are basically tree-dwelling animals, aren't they?
Almost totally.
No, they very seldom come to the ground.
Right, and they build nests where they sleep at night, and they spend most of their time way up in the trees, which is one of the reasons for their decline, because many of the forests are being cut down. They are endangered, and there are less than 4,000 of them in the wild.
These people become fairly large, don't they?
Right, the males in captivity have grown up to 300 pounds. In the wild, they range about 200. The females about 160, so somewhat smaller than the male. They were born from a female, which we raised in our children's year.
Oh, brother.
He looks right at me with.
They're very uninhibited. I think he'd go home with you, actually. Sometimes they're very picky about people that they'll go to.
He wants to go home with Johnny.
Very strong little hand.
Very strong little hand.
Very strong little hand. You know, he could hang from my hair. Look, I don't even have holding it. He's hanging just from the hair.
That's very important in the wild, because that's how they save their life. They have to hang on to the female or a tree.
Well, you've got a nice start on life. Okay, you have to go back now. Bye-bye.
And you notice how long the arms are. They're considerably longer than the legs. They use those like hooks in the tree. And they have
those hands.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah, look at him.
And he'll laugh.
How's he gonna grab them? Okay. Like his face, what the world here? Yeah. Now he's looking at him.
Okay, you're all choked up about this.
Very strong.
Okay, great. Thank you, Johnny. I'm sorry to give him back. I'm sorry to give him back.
You wouldn't be in about 8 years.
No,
He could pick you up and carry you up.
Oh.
Hey, thanks for coming to get
Take
me.
Johnny up and carry him.
When you show up. Did you bring them back when they're a little older? I mean,
Sure, we will.
A few months when they grow up a little bit, before they really become, you know,
Too strong.
too strong?
Sure, we will.
Okay, thank you, John.
Okay, so
Oh, he said bring him back when they were.
I didn't know they that strong. I forgot. They climb trees, that's why.
That look he laid on me.
That look he lays on me, he's looking like that monkey now.
What's it? We'll be right. He's kind of loyal, yeah. We'll be right back.
That's the end of that one.
Johnny? Isn't that a fun one?
too.